Yeah, Israel, greetings. Yeah, the good book mentions in the end times when the Israelites them come back as a nation, right? Come back in Isaiah chapter 12, verse 6, something like that. Anyway, it's in Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. When they come back as a nation, the world is in big trouble. So you can see all the conspiracy theories now will be against us as a people because we dispossess, as a nation, we dispossess automatically, minimum dispossess 15 nations in Africa and in the Middle East. Dispossess them, they're gone, they're toast. You know, like in the old days with Moses coming out of Egypt, them time there, and the Israelites. Not like them days. These days it's like John chapter 1, verse 12 and 13, where the Messiah gives the people the power, right? The power to become angels and children of the Most High. That's the Messiah, right? John chapter 1, verse 12 and 13. So I don't want no failure. Government institution, do it quick, right? Paniel, the angel, in charge of the ministry of repentance for the whole world, right? Paniel, appointed by the Most High. Him one, first government institution. Then the priests and Levites, number 2, with the Urim and the Turim. Then the government proper, number 3. Right? And then the people council, right? Men, women, and children, unborn children, number 4. Meaning that it's local government, basically, yeah? All right. Now, number 5, military council, right? Number 6, the king, right? The princes of all the tribes, and the tribe of Judah, number 6. Right, so it's tribe of Judah, a little bit Benjamin with, history, but all the tribes, all the elders, all the princes, all the high up people, the aristocrats and all them big people, how the kings sit down with people. Well, him one, have his government institution. So then you have number 7, right, institutional judges for all the tribes, all the institutions of government. So there's no foul play. There's no covenant breaking. There's no traitors. There's no sellouts. There's no Judases. So they can fix that. No fraud. No nastiness. Be honest with each other. So a government institution, 1 to 7, and the Almighty is in charge anyway with the Messiah. So there's no argument to who's in charge. The Almighty is. Now that system, they cannot do in this world. Don't even bother thinking they can. They can't. Right? The Almighty's endless realm and his creation light and heavens and earth and all them things they can't look into of this world. They can't. No religion can. So I'm saying this to my people, and people are going to listen to it, and they're not going to like what I'm saying. But, at the end of the day, come on. We suffered long enough. So our system's better than theirs. We have wealth building bank for every government institution. Low tax, low cost of living. Well, matter of fact, the cost of living and the tax is 0 right now because we've not done anything. So it rests at 0 and they're in charge telling us what to do. So our government system, the cost of living is 0. The prices and the rate of tax and everything else is 0. So we're on zeros right now in reality. We don't have our own banking system, education system. We don't have all that. So all our government institutions and everything we are and got and have and this, that, and the other, future, present, the past, we're set at 0 at the moment. And there's nobody doing anything to start the government except for the Messiah and the Father and wisdom and the powers, faith and charity and all them powers of the Almighty, the angels and the prophets and the apostles and the saints of the Almighty. But right now, you don't have no religion setting up government and teaching our women how to be benefactors for us, our benefit. We don't have that going on right now. But you see, my mouth here, yeah? I want to see something. And I ain't playing no game. I don't care really other nations think they can take our kingdom. They can't. It's our kingdom, the kingdom to come. The kingdom of the Almighty is our kingdom. They can claim, say, boy, them Christian, this, that, and the other, and it's their kingdom. It's not. It's ours. They've already got their kingdom here and now. And look, see what they're doing with it. Can they turn it into the Almighty's? Can they do it? You know, between me and you, yeah? Right? Can they do it? This is their kingdom now, you know, and they want our kingdom, which is to come. So, of course, we know these things, right? We know these things. All these religions plotting and scheming, trying to kill us off and poison us and all kind of foolishness of Satan are doing. Devil knowledge, yeah? That's what they can do. Their trinity, the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. That's their trinity. Ours is the creator, him one. Him one create everything, him one. One. Eternal, everlasting. Firstborn of the dead is the Messiah. Firstborn of the Almighty, first created, right, the Messiah. Wisdom and all those above the heavens, and the history the Father know. Right? He knows all the history of it. In his library, have all the books and the angels in charge of his library and everything you have. The Almighty. It's a lot of history that we should be studying. Our education system, we can sit down and talk about all that. We can do a lot of things. We don't need them and their system because we went into slavery, remember. We don't get the land back yet. We don't get our government system back yet. And I'm not relying on nobody else. I'm telling you, say straight. You know, it's not a hard thing to do or to say. Okay, I can understand people don't want to be homeless and lose a job and all that. But I'm talking about when we're in our own land. Now, West Africa, Ghana, they want us to be working for them to make them rich like how, you know what I mean? They're only using us. Oh, come back to West Africa to make us rich like you've done for white man or Europeans. That's all that is with Africa. Right? We have our own independent land in Africa and the Middle East. We don't need them. And them saying that we should be working for them or we should be in their country slaving away for them. No, that's only foolishness. It's only foolishness. It's coming out of the frying pan into the fire. That's all they want to do is take the pea. Well, you see, I will tell anybody from Africa, we're not Africans, we're Middle Eastern people come from. Because in history, all that was all our land in the past. Africa and the Middle East, way back, right over to Iraq and Iran. Right up to Turkey. There was always black people them sides and in America. Why? Why there was so much black people all over the world? Because in the old days, hear this, in the old days, the trading bloc of the world in the Old Testament was China, India, Africa, and the Middle East. That was a trading bloc. Now, China and India used to come by ship up by the Horn of Africa and park up by Saudi Arabia, them sides, the Red Sea, them sides. They all come in ship. Check the history. I'm not lying. The Greeks and the Romans know all this, so they wanted to conquer it. They wanted a piece of the action. King David and Solomon had that trade, world trade, because it all passed through the Middle East, all of it. Camel, that's a long route. By ship was easier. So ships always come up. And the Phoenicians coming from Greece, them sides, and settling. Yeah, the migration of people was based on trade and warfare and capturing slaves and servants and the chasing the women and all kind of thing in the past. A lot of history regarding trade. Don't leave out trade in any conversation you have because that's basically what it is, controlling the world's resources. The Greeks and the Romans want it all, even up till now. Now in Daniel's prophecy, the statue of and the statue and the feet of iron and clay. You know, Nebuchadnezzar's dream and the statue. The feet of iron and clay in the end times, the Roman Empire, this is 2018. The feet of clay and iron. The stone smashing it. That come out of the mountain and smash the statue on its feet. That's of the Almighty, the stone. And the people of the stone. And the leader, who is the stone, mashing up that statue, world empire statue. So that's their loss. That's their empire getting mashed up by the stone in Nebuchadnezzar's dream. So if they're getting mashed up by the stone, how can they then be the kingdom? How? Because the stone is mashing up their kingdom, the statue, Nebuchadnezzar's statue in his dream. It's mashing it up. So how then can it be their kingdom that's getting mashed up by the stone? Right? We're not that thick. Come on. They've got a world empire going on now. NWO, New World Order, Vatican and European bullshit thing. Right now the stone mashes it all up. So that's their kingdom finished. Now they want what kingdom? Ours. What the stone produces. What the people of the stone produce. A world empire. Everlasting. Of course it's the Messiahs. Of course it belonged to the 12 tribes of Israel. But what are the 12 tribes of Israel right now busy doing? As a people in general. Busy chasing after their false empire. Their false devil system and false devil knowledge. Foolishness. No matter what they call it. It's only sin, death and decay. Devil knowledge. Right, so I'm just saying it like how I am. I'm just saying it. Right, now in the past, what happened to people? Look at the Messiah, nail him to a cross. Why? Because they don't want people knowing the truth that their kingdom is going to get mashed up. So in the end times, we're supposed to be stupid and not know nothing. All that suffering wasn't for nothing. They did it for a reason. It don't take you too many seconds to work that reason out. I've just explained it to you. They don't want people knowing the truth. They want people always in the devil's system. Always tainted with sin, death and decay. But like I said in John chapter 1 verse 12 and 13, the Messiah puts a stop to all of that. Puts a stop to it. So come on, Yahuah Israel. Understand the law only teaches us what sin is. It's faith and spiritual works and charity and the ways of the Almighty we should be busy with. Communicate with one another and be honest. Help each other. As a nation, what is it, 300 million of us? It's a lot of people drifting in a sea of confusion. Yes, we're doing all right at the minute. We've got to step it up. We've got to have secret organizations within our organizations. Look how they mash up the Black Panthers. Look how they mash up the Rastas and Bob Marley and all them Mandy. And look how them celebrities sell them soul and all kind of foolishness now times. We don't tolerate, right? We don't tolerate covenant breakers. We don't tolerate sellouts. We don't tolerate collaborators and, all that badness. Right? We put a stop to all the traitors and everything. We have laws against, but we have to help each other to have an understanding first. All that church movement is what? The stone licks the statue on its feet and mashes it up. That's the world empire done. Now that's the Messiah and the Father. But in the meantime, we should be knowing and learning and helping each other to grow. In the meantime, but do it secretly. Hear me? Don't go parading around telling people you know something. Do what you have to do, but do things secretly as well. Because it don't make sense to just nail you to a piece of wood and hang your pie. They did all that in the past because people had knowledge. They don't just kill people for nothing. Come on. Yes, there is hatred. Don't like him, string him up, whatever. There is that. But there's a reason why they do it. There's a deep-seated reason why. Because people are clever back then. All the books that are hidden in the Bible, right? All the books hidden. There's thousands of books hidden from people because they're not righteous enough to receive them books. So let's put a stop to that. Let's be righteous enough to have everything of the Almighty. He showed us his endless realm and his creation light. That's spiritual. And he showed us, right, his great creation light in his endless realm. He shows us that. Then that's an understanding that the Father is with us. If I can talk about his endless realm and his creation light, then he's got to show me something. Because I can't talk about what I don't know. If I know something, I pass it on. Then you have the understanding it come from him, not me. I don't have no endless realm and big creation light going on nowhere. Right? It's not mine. Right? So if I say it's the Father's, then it's his. Can't be Satan's. That's for sure. Cannot be no devil thing. Can't create all them big thing there. No way. So anyway, it's the Father's business. So all I'm saying is this. When we get together, let's go a little bit deeper than just reading book. Right, some people need book. Some people need to be going on with government. Some people need to be going on with organization, farming, business, construction. When we have our own banking system and print our own money, then what? Who's going to decide that? When we have our own judges and our own laws, who's going to decide that? I say women to be judges first. Women, clever women. Train our women to be our own judges. Yeah, make them sit down and judge case and see how strong they are in doing that. And then teach the children our system. Better than theirs. We don't need to torment each other. We've got 7 institutionals, right? 7 institutions of government. We're all in government. No one's excluded from government. We're all in it. You pick your leaders. You make sure it's sound. No falsehood. No sellout business going on. No covenant breaking going on. We keep the Urim and Turim with the priests and the Levites. We keep everything with Judah. We do everything the fathers say and the Messiah. And just do the work. Just do the work as a nation. We have our own people in government. We have our own people in the priests and Levites and the religion and building up Jerusalem and kicking out them Khazars and all them nastiness that's there now. Because it all has to come out. You know that. Right? It's not going to stay as it is. All our ancestors that suffered for the cause. Yeah, we have a cause now because it's our kingdom come. Yeah, will be done. Our kingdom, don't get it twisted. It don't belong to next people. It's ours. And that's what we're fighting for. Our kingdom. Yeah, now the rest of the world now are shaking. Oh, you know what? They've got Article 13, right? Because of YouTube. Article 13. This is European, or the people in Europe. You know, them NWO people, New World Order people. All them little Satanists. They like sacrifice little children, all the foolishness they're doing, right? Them people there got Article 13 to stop things like this. You can't upload to YouTube in the future because we don't want all this information spreading around. Just, yeah, it's to stop us. That's what it's about, to stop us communicating about our kingdom. That's what it's about. So they can keep control. Article 13. Ask any people in YouTube. They'll tell you about it. So we have to do something about that because we need our own internet. We need our own computers. We need everything our own. Build our own airplane, ships, cars, whatever. Start our own banking system and do everything our people, our benefit. We need to be thinking about all that soon because they're going to lock down everything so you can't communicate with each other. You know these devil people already, man. You know they're full of schemes and conspiracies and evil and nasty mindedness and corrupt people with gold, silver, sex, violence, anything they'll use as a weapon. And Satan's trembling because he knows his time is short. And Paniel, the angel in charge of the ministry of repentance, can deal with Satan easy. That's why he's in the government system so we don't fail. Yeah, hear that. You think I'm an amateur. Yeah, you talk with me for about 5 minutes. And if I'm calm and all right and I've had enough sleep and a vet proper and all the rest of it, I'm fine. But if you sit down and put a camera, a serious meeting in every country, America, West Indies, Europe, UK, Africa, Middle East, South America, Mexico, a serious meeting in all them places. And then you sit down and hear people talk. When it's time for me to talk, you're going to hear some big things come out of my mouth. I'll have my script and do it proper. Right? If we have meetings and we have films and give each other, then we can weigh each other's words and say, well, can he do that? Should we help him or should we help that one? You know, like that. So we help each other because we know what we're talking about. And we have the spirit and the passion to build our own nation. And the military, I say military council because, you know, military is no joke. You know, there's always badness going on in military. You know that. You know what I mean? So you need a proper organization to contain it, to make sure it don't step over the mark. That's why I suggest a government system, like I said. I'm not talking about we enslave our people or bad-mindedness against our own people. We build them up, help them, make the children live and happy being at school and they're safe in the house. No one ain't troubling them. Make the children them safe, number one, and old people and the young man them and the young women. Have a better prison system than them. Have a better system full stop than them. We don't need crime. We don't need devil system. Africa and the Middle East should not have no devil system whatsoever going on in them region. Nothing like that. Have our own court of human rights in Africa and the Middle East. We do it. Yeah, we're going to take over the world and punish sinful angels and all kind of thing in the future. The Messiah, the apostles, the prophets, the saints of the Almighty, the judges of old like Samson, Deborah, and all them in the old times, right back to Father Abraham, all blessings be upon him, and Father Isaac and Father Jacob. Yes, we have everything proper. The names, education, everything. Don't leave out nothing. And have meetings and sort out everything. Don't leave nothing undone, what we should do. Think bigger than just a book and learning and reading. I can show you books. Right? We know about books. We print our own books, make our own films, our own plays, do our own music. We don't have no Khazars telling us how to play our music and corrupting us. Like how they have with Jay-Z and all them man there, P. Diddy and all foolishness, what them rappers are doing. And all them actors. And all the nastiness they're doing, party and basement and all that. We don't need them kind of foolishness. We don't, seriously. Because that won't help them and it won't help us. We don't need no devil system to breathe, to live, to farm, to construct. We don't need a devil system to do anything satanic. We don't need all that. Be holy, for I am holy. That's what the Almighty said. 7 days, right? 7 days. So 6 days a man shall work, and on the 7th day rest. You remember he said all them things there, right? He said a lot of things, but you can remember it and print it on the top of the door frames when we build our own house and buildings. As you walk in and out your house, there's the law above. The windows, law above, on the lintels. So we write the law of the Almighty above the door frames and window frames. As you go in and go out, you see the laws of the Almighty just to remind you in your house. You walk in and walk out, there's the law. You climb through a window, there's the law. Every building. Show these pagans how to do it proper. Show these Satanist people, devil people how to do things proper. Because we're the only race that knows how to. Keep it real. We're the only ones that know how to. We follow their ways. Why? Why are we following their ways for? Why? What good has it ever done us? Sin, death, and decay. That's all it amounts to. Devil system. Right? It consumes people. It yams them out. Destroys them. On death, it takes them places where they don't want to go and they can't come back because the body's rotten. It's the flesh and blood gone. So you go and if you had the power to come back, where's your body? It's rotted. Only the Almighty has the power to sort out everything. Oh boy. Yeah, I said it, but you know what? World War III and World War IV. They're the next two world wars. Had 1 and 2, 3 and 4 to go. Now 3 is bad. That's about us. And there's all sorts of things go wrong in nature as well. It's the end times is terrible. It's off the hook what can happen. If a man say know everything about the end of the world, he don't. He has an idea of how bad it's going to be, and that's it. He doesn't understand how bad it will be. No way you'll understand that because you don't know. You don't know everything in nature. You can have an idea how bad it's going to be, but you don't know fully how bad it's going to be. Nobody does. But I know it's going to be bad because I've seen the way the world is. NWO, they'll guarantee how bad it's going to be. All them celebrities will guarantee how bad it's going to be. All that child abuse will guarantee how bad it's going to be. All them nasty crimes will guarantee how bad it will be. All that lying and false religion will guarantee how bad it will be. The world is contributing to their own downfall. This world and everybody in it, good and bad. It washes one clean and burns the other to dust. Hear that? Washes one clean and burns the other to dust. The same fire. It's not the same one size fits all. It's a fire. Burns from within and it burns from without. And it washes one clean, right? Really clean and all just had a wash. afresh, and it burns the other one to dust. That's how bad the end times is going to be. One will be laughing, and one's going to be a pile of dust. Laughing and rejoicing to the Almighty, while the next one is blowing away in the wind. And you're treading on the wicked. That's how bad it's going to be. The Father knows how to save everybody he wants to save. Don't have to worry about that. You can be dead 1,000,000 years, he still can save you. And give you everything. There's nothing he can't do. Him one created everything. It would be a nice thing if you ask him how he did it. Because then you belong to him. The devil can't ask him them kind of question. He give the devil everything. Right? Everything him get that fallen angel, and he turn around and spit in the Father's face. Them kind of nastiness. And want to be higher than the Creator. Foolishness. The first person Satan deceived was himself. Was himself. And then start deceive everybody else. Kick him out of heaven, become him nasty. Michael fight against him, mash him up. The power of the Almighty, man. Yes, I. And the nations are going to get licks in the end times. It's a complicated thing. It's very complicated. You can't work it out, man. It's hard to work out. And it's not a quick thing either. It lasts a long time. Anyway, the Messiah is in charge. He knows. But don't forget John chapter 1, verse 12 and 13. If you're going to do anything, read the book of John and understand that chapter and verse. Understand it good. Because your salvation is in your own mouth. Yes, I want my people to survive the end times. Yes, I do. And I have to do what I have to do. And anybody talking about fallen angels and don't understand, yeah, okay, they'll find out. All the women are traitors against Rome people, they'll find out as well. We've got to fix up real quick. Fix up. Yeah, Israel, I apologize to anybody that's offended by what I'm saying. Because it ain't about that. The end times ain't a joke. War is not a joke. Right? Life in this devil system is not a joke. Sin, death, and decay is not a joke. Punishment and judgment is not a joke. Being before the Almighty on Judgment Day is not a joke. That all happens when people are actually dead. They died. The judgment. Every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. People are dead at that point. But they're dead in one system. But that don't mean nothing to the Almighty. Because he never created nothing dead. Satan created sin, death, and decay. Satan, not the Almighty. So he don't know nothing about no sin, death, and decay. He don't. We do, but he don't. He never created nothing nasty. Ask him. Yeah, Israel, one love. Yeah? Please hear the word of the Almighty and be strong and strong-minded. And ask him, man. Not frightened for ask him. Because he knows I've got a big mouth and I'll say. And when they come to me with them foolishness, I'll just say, well, boy, I have to say what I've got to say. It's my people, my business. Yeah. My people complain, well, it's their business as well. Yes, I. The Rasta man, well, you have to fix up. Church man, you have to let go them nasty religion. Or the nasty women, you have to fix up. Me included, I have to fix up as well. Yeah? And I'm trying. I don't mind you have a criticism on me either. And all them nasty crackhead have nasty things to say about people. Keep your mouth shut. Or you bad man in jail, love one another as sisters and brothers. When I say sisters and brothers, a whole heap of women in prison as well. Look about them. And all them people in mental institution and suffering. Let's care for one another like people. Yeah, the 12 tribes of Israel are all cousins to one another. Every tribe is cousin to the next. The Messiah is cousin to everybody. And he's the root also of Israel. He's a cousin. Seriously, I'm not joking. He's a cousin. Levi is cousin to Judah. Judah is cousin to Simeon. Look at it carefully, man. Study it proper. Cousins to one another. 12 tribes. Cousins. Family. Blood. It's a spiritual kingdom I'm talking about, not flesh and blood. So one love, yeah, Israel. One love. Seriously. One love and peace. Shalom.